All right, so we got 56 orders going out over the weekend, totaling a little over $1,900 in sales. Stick around to the end of the video to find out what's sold. These new Tag Nautica jeans sold for $12.50 plus shipping. This women's Hot Topic t-shirt also sold for $12.50 plus shipping. And these Calvin Klein jeans sold for $10 plus shipping. So just wanting to get into the struggles that we've been going through here in our reselling business lately, some of the things that we're dealing with, because it is not all sunshine and roses and beautiful, lovely things going on all the time, right? It's not always $500 sales. It's not always just rolling in the dough. So things that I'm working on and I'm kind of working through because it's new for me is dealing with these listers and having to process and put away about 90 to 100 items a day. I list 50 new items every day on eBay, so I need to really be on top of auditing my listers' listings and also with the put away. You could see behind me these mountains of clothing are in constant process. I have a type of assembly line set up here in this warehouse where a lot of the new product comes in on this row. Right here you can see I just finished buying out a storage unit, a small 5x5, paid 40 bucks, so got maybe 150 pieces of clothing. So I'm probably going to keep maybe 30 to 40% of it. So that's going to leave me maybe with about $1 cost of goods per item. That's something that I've been doing more lately, is buying more storage units just for fun, just to see what's in there and not looking to, break the bank when I'm spending that money. So basically just processing right here. And then once they get processed and everything gets, sorted out, whether it needs to be washed or not, it then goes here where it gets lined up. And the thing is, and the problem that we're going through right now, is that if I do not put away 100 pieces a day, Monday through Friday, then I'm going to be left with a large backup amount. And that is something that I'm just trying to get better on. These women's Under Armour shorts sold for $15.40 plus shipping. I had these men's Wranglers sold for $17.95 plus shipping. It's crazy with Wranglers because these are modern Wranglers. Sometimes you couldn't even give these away, but then there's sometimes where people are willing to pay full price for them. The Wranglers that I like to look out for are the 47 MWZ, the George Strait, the FRs, and the 13 MWZ. All of these models are more geared towards cowboy, workwear type of stuff. Also looking at flannel lined, fleece lined Wranglers have better resell. But the modern day Wranglers might not do as well, but they still do surprise me from time to time. Picked this up from my buddy Parker. If you are new to the channel, I buy a lot of my bulk bales from Parker as he sorts a lot of the items that I look to sell on my eBay store. This is a Top by Pleasant company. It is a vintage women's button-up shirt. Learning all the different collar styles, boat neck, peasant sleeve, balloon sleeve, dolman sleeve can be a challenge, right? There are over hundreds of item specifics found on eBay, and learning them can kind of be a struggle, which is why I released the ultimate guide to eBay item specifics for clothing. You can find it linked down below. And what I've done is I've compiled over hundreds of item specifics with definitions and photos to help you guys go further faster along your reselling journey. I was tired of going to Google, typing in what is a boat neck, what is a dolman sleeve, what is a flared leg pair of jeans look like. So what I did is I compiled all the information with definitions in either an ebook that you could download, put it on your phone, or you could find the hardcover copy found on Amazon linked down below as well. So I really wanted to do it because it was hard to be able to jump around during the listing process, finding all these definitions to be able to construct the proper and accurate title for keywords. So look at it as a way to invest in your education. If you are wanting to sell clothing, you're going to need some type of guide, some type of handbook that you could always refer back to. And if you have listers and people working for you and they don't know much about clothing, then that's going to be a way where they can really read the book and be an expert in what you are learning and wanting to sell. So really helps support the channel as well, and it is a blessing for anyone who wants to make a purchase. So thank you, and I love all you guys. Just had these board shorts sell by the brand Hinano. Maybe you could see that. high nano. They're kind of like a Hawaiian type of board shorts. I'm picking up swim trunks and board shorts all throughout the fall and the winter season, and I'm picking them up in those seasons with the intention that hopefully they will sell during spring and summertime, because if they're not selling during this time right now, there's a good chance that it might be in my store next spring. And we had this Dickies women's skirt sale for $14 plus shipping. Been selling a lot of these backpacks and messenger bags by the brand Timbuk2 pretty frequently recently. So if you're able to find any of these backpacks or kind of handbags, more of hiking gear, that's kind of their logo there. By Timbuk2, they're gonna be a pretty decent pickup. Been selling these backpacks ranging between $40 to $70 depending on how big they are. Another thing to be working on, and that has been a struggle for me recently, is processing returns. So if I'm not processing returns every week or every 2 weeks, then I'm gonna be falling behind, and I do not like to fall behind. So I average between 650 to 750 sales per month for the entire year this year, and we average between 30 to 40 returns every month. So that means I'm needing to process between 10 returns a week. So if I'm not staying on top of that, and I'm not inspecting the packages, making sure that they sent back the right item, making sure that the tags are still on the new tag items, then I'm going to be held at fault the next time that item sells if I'm not inspecting each item. So I just want to stress the importance that do not grow too fast, because if you're not able to manage the growth with the sales that come with that growth, then you're going to slowly lose out and go out of business. So really just growing at the pace that you're comfortable with. This is why I brought up in the channel multiple times that I am really going to just stay parked at 50 listings a day for maybe the next couple years. So because right now it's just me, 2 listers, and that's it. So I'm responsible for most of the other things that are going on in this business, and I just really don't want to be growing too fast where it becomes a mismanagement issue, because whatever you mismanage, you will lose. And that backpack we talked about earlier by Timbuk2, this sold for $44 plus shipping. This Adidas kind of Climacool pullover soccer jersey sold for $15.36 plus shipping. This item came from a storage unit buyout I did about 2 weeks ago. A lot of Nike gear, a lot of sports gear. Paid $200 for the unit, but I've already made my money back. So this is just one of the cool things about buying storage units, is you really never know what you're gonna get in there, but when you do find the good stuff, it is nice and it is a treat. So do you buy storage units? Are you thinking about buying storage units? Maybe you want to check it out. I use Storage Unit Treasures. Pretty easy website, and you can sort from radius and just to see how many storage units are going to be available in your area. This women's Nike t-shirt sold for, I'll have to double check, I just forgot. Sold for actually $17.95 plus shipping. Love picking up Nike. I sell a lot of it. Even though the sell-through rate on some of their products are slower, I'm still picking it up, especially if it's $1 or less. Hey, sold this bra. This is a bra by the brand Elia, size 48L. It sold for $17.95 plus shipping. This is a pretty good brand to be on the lookout for. Another storage unit sell. The brand is called The Hundreds. These pullover windbreaker jackets usually sell between $30 and $40. Sold this for $30 plus shipping. You might want to be on the lookout for this brand. Some of their collaborations with this brand sell, a couple $100. So you might want to check out for the brand The Hundreds. So I had these Oxford shoes sell for $130 plus shipping through an international order. The brand is Calzoleria Toscana, made in Italy. So these came from last year's storage unit buy, and just beautiful. You could tell, especially when stuff is made in another country like Italy, you can just tell it's a little bit better quality. You could just see the material, the stitching. You could feel that it's better quality. So if you're wanting to maybe add some more brands to your brand list, you might want to check this out. These shoes can sell for a couple hundreds of dollars. I had these listed for over a year, so I took a best offer of $130. I believe I had them listed for $250. Remember, some of the money, all the time. Just had these Miss Me jeans sell. These were listed for over a year, but I did take a best offer of $25 plus shipping. These Calvin Klein men's chino pants, they're kind of pinstriped, new with tags, sold for $17 plus shipping. Getting into some of the viewer comments, Kathy Aldridge says, "Hey Bo, do you think it would be okay to have 30-day returns on everything, but add a disclaimer that you cannot accept returns on formal and special occasion attire, bathing suits, and intimates?" I would not suggest this. I believe it does go against eBay's terms of service. So if you are going to be doing that, you would basically be putting your store at risk to being shut down. So I offer 60-day free returns for any reason on my entire store. I do that because people can still return items on eBay even though you do not accept returns. They can force their way to a return through the eBay money back guarantee program. So if there is anything wrong with their order, if it doesn't even fit, if you're selling clothing, they can still return the item. They will just choose a different reason for the return. So you're also opening yourself up to, by not offering returns, to false item not as described. So that's the last thing you want to be putting your account and your store at risk. I just say offer some sort of returns, try it out, and hey, guess what? If you don't like returns and you're getting too many, you could always go back to turning it off and not offering returns to at least minimize on the returns you would get, but then you would open yourself up to more item not as described, because if people get the item and they do not like it, they will for sure do whatever it takes to get their money back. So over the weekend, I've been going through a lot of these U-Haul boxes here. This is kind of what's been left over from past buyouts, and I was kind of digging through here, and little did I know, at the bottom of one of these boxes was a nice little item. Let's go find out what that item was. This is definitely a blessing, praise the Lord, but is also the reason why reselling can be so fun, because you never know what you're gonna find, you never know what you're gonna get, right? So what we have here is a Sportsman CC Filson, new with tags, kind of duffel bag. It is really, really nicely made. Obviously, CC Filson makes really, really nice products. Original buyer paid $249. Possibly this had been purchased over 20 years ago, because I was able to sell this for almost $500 plus shipping, sold within 2 days of listing, and I have 2 of these. So praise the Lord, that is awesome. When I found those items, you know, I don't find too much CC Filson, so when I do find it, I definitely like to just check it out, look how well it's made, and kind of admire it for a minute, and then I sell it. You know, I have no emotional attachment to any of my items, but it is really cool to find stuff like that. CC Filson, if you are a new reseller, is one of the best brands you can find out there, with one of the highest average sale prices and one of the best sell-through rates. So praise God, you know, this is just really, it's an exciting time to be alive when it comes to reselling. This is a vintage men's Arizona jeans button-up shirt, JCPenney's. Who remembers JCPenney's? That's where you used to go to get your threads. JCPenney's, where are you nowadays? This sold for $8 plus shipping. Here we go. A sale which usually happens about once a week, I tell you. A Tommy Bahama shirt sold for $209, heavily, deeply discounted, sold, but it's on the bottom tub. So yeah, this happens once a week at least, so I'm gonna have to dig through that. But I love this inventory system. This is the way to go if you're gonna be storing thousands of items, whatever it may be, computer parts, CDs, small items that can fit in these poly bags and you can put a SKU number on it. This is the way to go, ladies and gentlemen. How you avoid losing orders, how you keep utilizing your space and being able to just not lose orders and pick and pull them easily. You're going to want to check this out. This is the way to go. All of the racks, all the boxes, all the poly bags can be found in the link in description down below. And I'll tell you what, if you make a purchase, it does help support the channel and I greatly appreciate it. This was the reason why I wanted to move into a warehouse, was to eventually build it out, build it into an inventory system that was going to help me maximize my time. And I save a lot of time by not having to dig through these bins here and lose orders. and switching to more of a modular sequential system. So you can check it out. I have everything that I use down linked below. Say what you want about reselling new with tags underwear, but these Polo Ralph Lauren men's underwear sold for $60 plus shipping. Found several hundreds of these Polo Ralph Lauren underwear, still new in box, pretty old. I don't think that they're vintage, but I do think that they're mid-90s or mid-2000s. So I've been listing these in bundles and lots and really enjoy selling them and taking the profits to go ahead and buy more bulk bales, buy more storage units. Definitely not looking to be buying any more underwear or new with tags bags and stuff like that. So really trying to focus just on clothing, and that's it. But it is really nice to sell some of these items. They had been listed for over a year, but still they get 60 bucks for 2 boxes of underwear. It's a nice sale. This Columbia women's tank top sold for $17.95 plus shipping. This Aeropostale, yes, Aeropostale women's romper sold for actually $11 plus shipping. Not the best brand, but rompers sell really well in the spring and summertime. So regardless of the brand, I'm usually going to be picking up if it falls within the right price point. So this is just a bread and butter sale of some Levi's 511s. This had a couple stains on them, but still sold for $27.95 plus shipping. That's usually what I'm pricing my Levi's at. Another brand most people are sleeping on is Lane Bryant. This is just a simple pair of Lane Bryant chino pants, sold for $12.56 plus shipping. Not the best brand, not the highest average sale price, but just a decent brand that I find pretty often when I'm outsourcing. This is just a regular women's denim skirt by the brand Jordache. Hopefully you can see it. Sold for $17 plus shipping. This is a pair of denim jeans by the brand DKNY. DKNY is a decent brand, not the best brand, but I do pick it up from time to time. This is a 3230 pair of men's jeans, sold for $10 plus shipping. This is just a men's regular hoodie, but the graphic is what caught my eye. This came from a storage unit buyout I did 2 weeks ago, and it is a Japanese graphic with a ocean wave over it, and I thought it seemed kind of cool. Artist Union is not really a known brand, but I picked it up mainly because of the graphic, which is why, to my next point, I pick up items. If it's a trending graphic or a trending style, I'm going to be picking it up and putting it in my store. That sweater that I just threw on the ground had several stains on it anyways, and it still sold for $11 plus shipping. So be on the lookout for things that might be trending graphics or trending styles, trending patterns. And if I can't find the brands that I'm always looking for, I'm then going to be looking out for like material types and patterns and whatnot. So something that you can add to your wheelhouse the next time you go outsourcing as well. Another DKNY sale. This is just a men's new with tags DKNY button up, sold for $21 plus shipping. And then there's bad buys like this. This has been in my inventory for over a year. This is a Mud Girls top, sold for $5 plus shipping. Not the best brand, but you live and learn from your mistakes, and most likely not going to pick up this brand ever again. Another bread and butter sale. This is a Carhartt pocket tee, sold for $17 plus shipping. One thing I've been really enjoying lately is going out to garage sales. What, Bo? You're going out to garage sales? That's crazy. I haven't gone out to garage sales in over a year, mainly because I like to include my family on the weekends. Weekends are family time for me, so that's when garage sales are popping off, right? So the last few weeks we've been experimenting. Well, let's take the kids out. Let's go garage selling, see what we could find. We need a dresser. We need a few things for the house, so that's why we've been kind of going. And lately, we've been doing really well with clothing. I just found 24 Carhartt pocket tees yesterday at a garage sale for $1 a pop. That's cool. You know, that pays for our drive, that pays for our time, and it's really hard to avoid the hundreds of yard sale signs posted everywhere when you're driving around, especially if you're a reseller. So maybe start to include going to yard sales and garage sales and taking your family with you. See how they do. I, for the longest time, think, oh, the kids are going to be breaking stuff, they're going to be taking stuff. They did really well. So that's something that I'm going to be doing every weekend for the next few months, trying to go out to at least one garage sale weekend, not for like personal reseller reasons actually to now just include my family into doing one business type of activity with me. Learning also to teach the kids on, you know, what dad does behind the scenes and how we find inventory and how that all goes. Another vintage women's blouse, picked this up from Parker as well. Made in USA, sold for $17.95 plus shipping. A lot of the vintage items that I do find have a defect, you know, either a hole or a stain. It really doesn't matter from the end buyer point of view. They don't care. As long as you note that in the condition description, hey, there's a stain, hey, there's a hole, make sure that you're just being 100% accurately transparent and honest in your listing process, and those vintage items sell regardless of holes or stains. So that's a nice thing to really be looking for vintage stuff and not being so picky. Oh, it has a hole, I can't pick it up. That doesn't mean it's not going to sell, you know. This is like a top 5 brand for me. It's the brand Prana. These are some men's linen shorts, linen blend, sold for $18 plus shipping. Prana is just an awesome brand. Usually most of their men's jeans and pants can sell upwards of $30, $40, $50. So that's a brand, if it's not on your brand list, you're probably gonna wanna add to it. Here's a brand you might not want to add to your brand list, and that is Banana Republic. These pants oftentimes take months, years to sell. These sold for $13 plus shipping, and the SKU is 13915. So that, you know, a couple months ago I listed it. But there are brands that you have to have standards for. You know, if they're not going to meet your margins, if they're not going to fit into your business model, you're probably going to want to pass them up. Interesting sale here by the brand Permit. This is a Permit men's button-up shirt, sold for $9.98 plus shipping. I love picking up college teams. I live around the University of Oregon and also Oregon State University, where the Oregon Beavers play. So a lot of their apparel is done by Nike, and this is just a Nike kind of running active jacket. It's still sold for $21.95 plus shipping. College season's starting to ramp up here, so I'd expect for more of those Oregon Ducks items to sell more and more as the season approaches. Another bag sold by the brand Mandarina Duck. It's just a men's crossbody tote, sold for $20 plus shipping. Interesting sale right here by the brand Encrypted. These are some men's kind of jogger pants. Storage unit buyout from 2 weeks ago. These sold for $12 plus shipping. Not bad, but the one thing that I'm liking from these storage units is the items seem to be a little less distressed, a little less stained, a little less holes. So that's something that is kind of what I've been working on throughout the year, is just trying to pick up less and less items with holes and stains. The majority of the items that are in my store do have some defect. This is why I'm able to pay so low for my items. As long as I'm disclosing those defects in my listings, I'm okay with selling items with defects. But obviously, to raise up my sell-through rate and average sale price a bit more, I'm going to want to avoid maybe some of those items in the future with holes and stains. So what do we have next? We have 9568, a vintage Ralph Lauren jeans. 9568. Let's see, we got it right here. All right, so this Ralph Lauren Hayden series jeans, new at tags. What did they sell for? They sold for $27.97 plus shipping. So loving Ralph Lauren jeans. If you could find the double RL Ralph Lauren jeans, those can sell for upwards of $100 to $200. So there's definitely different models within Ralph Lauren that you want to be really cognizant of the next time you go out sourcing. A brand that's okay, that does okay for me anyways, is the brand Angels. They're plus size women jeans, sold for $17.95 plus shipping. So Angels does okay for me. You can kind of see the brand label there. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But $17.95 for some flap pockets jeans. Not bad. Sold this Billabong kind of duffel travel bag for $22 plus shipping. Came with like this little detachable bag here. Still selling quite a few of these bags. Really cool. don't really have any use for any of these bags. Otherwise, you know, I obviously would be using them more. But just happy that this is going to go to someone that's going to use it. These Simply Vera Wang pants sold for $13.50 plus shipping. This men's polo shirt by the brand Haband sold for $5 plus shipping. And these Hollister women's jeans sold for $12.56 plus shipping. Had a combined order here of a women's American Eagle puffer vest and a Wrangler Pearl Snap shirt. These sold for $25 with shipping included. So I love combined orders because I'm able to give the buyer a good deal, not only on the items themselves, but on the shipping. Here's a Polo Ralph Lauren kind of ball bag, sold for $12.56 plus shipping. Here are some heavy duty Quicksilver corduroy pants that sold for $30 plus shipping. This is an Abercrombie & Fitch hoodie that sold for $22 plus shipping. This hoodie had quite a few stains on it, as I could have probably gotten $34 to $44 for this Abercrombie hoodie. I'm still selling quite a bit of hoodies, jackets, and sweaters all throughout the year, so that's what I'm picking up in the summertime, because usually people are passing on jackets and sweaters. But still, if you're selling on eBay and you're enrolled into the international shipping program, then you're going to be shipping to places where it could be colder climates all throughout the year long. Here's another pair of corduroy pants by a brand called Kenneth Cole Reaction Series. Not the best brand, but these sold for still $32 plus shipping. If you guys are wanting maybe a little bit of help on your journey with eBay, because I know it can be difficult if you're just starting out and you're still trying to get your bearings around the platform, you could check out linked down below where Marcus Dixon and I are offering a 7-day free trial to our reseller mentorship. Over the last year, we've combined to do over $300,000 in sales selling men's and women's pre-owned clothing on eBay. You can join about 35 other members growing their stores, doing the same tips and strategies that we're implementing in our business. Our goal is to help you go further, faster, learn from the mistakes we've made as resellers for the last 2.5 years, and implement some of the strategies that we're doing in our sourcing, in our inventory storage, markdown sales, how we're structuring titles, and hopefully you can apply some of those strategies as well so you can get started on the right foot. Check it out. 7-day free trial. If you don't like it, you can cancel. And if you do like it and feel at home, it's just $1 a day after that. You get an instant store review as well as access to a reseller spreadsheet. We'd love to see you there. We'd love to help you reach your goals. All right, so we got this Talbot's women's top sold for, I'll have to double check, sold for $15 plus shipping. Talbot's is definitely a hit and miss brand for me. This is a women's size medium. Still sold pretty quick. 16,441. That sold in a couple weeks for $15 plus shipping. This is an Ann Taylor loft blouse. Sold for $14 plus shipping. Here's a pair of Kenneth Cole chino pants that sold for $15 plus shipping. If you guys are wanting to know what type of items that I'm on the lookout for on a consistent basis, you're going to want to check out this video right here where it goes over the top 50 brands that I'm constantly on the lookout for. It does a brief explanation on why I'm looking out for those items and what I'm expecting to pay when I find those items. I do that because the next time you go out sourcing, maybe you can find some of those items as well. I hope you all have a blessed rest of the week and take care.